Guest Professor Teki Garu.
Hello.
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 Yeah. Can I start?
Sir, 1 second, sir. Sir, good afternoon to all. On behalf of MBA Department, Prasad B. Patluri Siddhartha Institute of Technology, I'm happy to introduce Dr. S. Teki, Professor and Dean, Department of Management Studies, Adikavi Nannaya University, with a total of 27 years of teaching and research training, administrative and consultancy experience. He has published 60 papers and articles in national and international journals. He visited 30 countries for delivering various sponsored academic assignments like paper presentation, training, and consultancy. He conducted several training programs for various government departments, officers, including to the trainees of Indian Administrative Services. 6 scholars have been awarded PhD under his guidance, and presently 6 scholars are pursuing their PhD under his guidance. He has membership of academic and selection bodies like SEBI Certified Financial Education Trainer member, a working group on National Agricultural Innovation Project, etc. He has several awards and achievements like Best ANUR Researcher Award 2019, Best Teacher Award 2011, Government of Andhra Pradesh, India. He is the recipient of Rotary Vocational Excellence Award 2015 for academic services, semi-finalist of Global Development Network, medals for research on development 2010. Washington, New Delhi recipient of participation certificate from International Development Research Center, IDRC, Indian Social Science Research Award 2009, New Delhi, recipient of Rotary Vocational Excellence Award 2015. He completed many research projects focused on microfinance, financial inclusion, NTFPS, forestry and poverty, funded by various agencies including UNESCO. He has completed 9 consultancy assignments worth more than 1 crore, including consultancy assignments for several socially relevant projects. He held several administrative positions, including currently Chairman Board of Studies, Department of Management Studies, and Dean Academic Affairs, and Executive Council Member, Adikavi Nannaya University, Rajahmundry, AP. Sir, we are happy to have you here, sir. Now I hand over the session to Dr. D.S. Teki, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon, one and all. I welcome all of you for this session, and I thank the Siddhartha College, the Department of Business Administration, and Dr. Rajalakshmi and the Director of the Institute and the College Management, and my good friend Venugopal from SKIM, and also my good friend Professor Sivaram. Uh, Ladies and gentlemen, indeed, this is my privilege to be with you this afternoon to share my thoughts on the new education policy. Uh, I'm happy to be an educator in this great nation with a population of 1.3 billion plus, and there's a lot onus and lies on the education industry and educator. And I congratulate and compliment the Siddhartha College of Engineering and Department of Management, Business Management and Administration for bringing up a very relevant and pertinent, webinar on new education policy and the digitization and technology, which is the hot topic and interesting to us. First of all, let me quote Nobel laureate Amartya Sen. Uh, Perhaps he was the last Nobel laureate in India for the economics. Uh, he was awarded Nobel Prize for uh, suggesting or his articles and his research work on reducing poverty. He said in his research conclusion is three words, that is the three interventions or three visits, three sectors are required to reduce the poverty. One of the three established global programs of the world, not only India. Uh, of course, now presently we may be encountering the pandemic COVID-19, but the problem of poverty, climate change, and extremism have been there for a long time in this world. So, rightly, what Professor Ramathan said is three things are required to reduce the poverty. What is it? Education, accessibility to the education, universal education, health, educational services, access to the health, number one. Number two, health services, access to the health. And number three, financial services, access to everybody. And for the last 1 decade, thank all the state and central governments for taking lot of reforms and strengthening the financial service sector and providing access to the financial service sector and inclusive financial inclusion and all these things, which is very significant. But of late, thanks to the present governments, which have rightly initiated reforms and brought out the new education policy, need of the hour, because education is the powerful tool for not only reducing the economic, what is it called, the poverty, but also contributing for the economic development of the nation. Because knowledge is power. Education creates, generates knowledgeable persons, and knowledge in turn generates the wealth and health, and the wealth and health contributes for the economic development of the nation, which is the bottom line, which is the goal of every buddy in this country, in this world, whatever it may be. So, rightly chosen and taken now. After financial services have given a lot of reforms, now the education and health sector has to be given trust, and rightly they have been giving. And thanks to the government for bringing up the new education policy 2020. And I'm not very well, I may not call I'm an expert to speak on the subject, but as an educator, I, as a synoptic note, what one of the significant feature that has come uh, uh, as an introductory remark is now I was a dean academic affairs, I was a registrar, I was a college principal. Whenever I have been there in the seat of Dean Academic Affairs or Registrar, I used to come across many problems, especially from the student side with the existing education policy or existing education, how rigid it is. The student who enrolled for a 3 years degree course, and if he has, say, 3 into 6, 18, 20 papers for all 3 years, if he completes all 17, 18 papers and fails in only one, that is an auxiliary paper, and he will not be given even any certificate or even a diploma, any degree, and he has to be, all 3 years he is invested and nothing is left out, nothing he gained in terms of a script or a certificate or a diploma. But the first thing that has that is high, one of the highlights of the new education policy 2020 is that even 3 years degree, uh, if only one student completes first year, he gets the certificate. 2 years he completes diploma. 3 years he completes the degree. What a great thought! And this is This is one of the key significant contributions of this particular new education. Such kind of innovative ideas are many are there in the present education policy. I'm not very thorough with. That's what I'm very honest in saying. But whatever I know as an educator, only I will share, reminding all my friends and my learned colleagues might have already shared in the morning, and Professor Shiv Prasad is Shivram is there to share all these things. Yeah. Having said that, kind of flexibility in the new education policy 2020, let me also appreciate, apart from, I mean, we all know the noblest profession on this earth is the education and the teacher. And let me put, I hope the number of academicians and teachers and faculty members may be listening and participating in the webinar. So let us appreciate ourselves being in the noblest profession on this earth as a teacher and educator. So my first Vice Chancellor, who has given me a breakthrough into enter into academics as a faculty member, Professor N.K. Thakare. He was the first Vice Chancellor of North Maharashtra University, Jalgaon. He's a professor in mathematics from Pune University. And I was the first batch student of North Maharashtra University 91-93 MBA, and he was the founder Vice Chancellor. And after completing my MBA, when I approached him and expressed my willingness to become an academician, he appreciated and he tested many ways and given me an opportunity. Why I'm sharing this? Whenever he inaugurates any academic conferences, especially the refresher course, UGC then refresher course, those days for the university college teachers, he used to say one thing invariably in every conference. Today also those words keep reminding, and this is what to recall those words to my benefit, and also to share with all of you as an as a we are preparing for the new education policy. So important is this. He used to say three things for that. If political system of a nation is corrupt or ineffective, it's a big loss to the nation's development and economy. But okay, still no problem. Still it can run on it. Fine. The bureaucratic system is ineffective or little corrupt. It's very dangerous and creates a lot of hurdle for the economic development of the nation and the socio-economic development of the nation. But still okay, no problem. But the academia, the education sector is ineffective or not. I may not say corruption. I mean corruption in the sense it's not only taking money or taking. If I have a class at 10 o'clock, I go 10 minutes late and wind up class 10 minutes early, so I'm not affected. So I mean to say that is what Professor Thakre said. If political system is ineffective, fine. It's a loss to the nation, but still okay. But the bureaucratic system is ineffective and corruptive, but still okay, no problem. Still, it is also a big hurdle for the action. But if it is education sector is ineffective, everything will be volatile, and it creates a lot of problems for the development, socio-economic development of the country. Because whether it is a political leader or a professional or a bureaucrat, everybody is made processed in the academics and education sector. So the first focus should be on to the education sector. Late better than never. The new education policy has come, and the present education system, no, I don't blame anything. It has its own merits and demerits, like anything. Any system has both the sides, positive and negative sides. It's like a two sides of the coin. Nothing is pure that has only a merits and it doesn't have demerits. No, nothing is pure in this earth, and change is the only unchanged thing on this earth, and change is the constant. The education policy has come bit late, but still it is come in time to introduce lot of flexibilities, and the what is the primary to degree system and all these things. All everything is aware and known to you, and I don't need to say much about that thing, but like flexibility coupled with what is it called, for the effort commensurating the return is now being awarded. Somebody joined a degree course with 3 years degree course or 4 years engineering course. At present, education system is that if out of 30 subjects, 29 subjects have been passed by an engineering graduate, BTech graduate, but one subject, that too an auxiliary subject like mathematics or some auxiliary subject he failed, and poor guy is not even getting any degree or any diploma. He has to, ruin himself after spending 4 years also completing 29 papers or 30 papers, but only one paper he failed. So that was the first concern addressed in the new education policy. So even one makes only 1 year of 4 year course or 1 year of 3 years course, still he gets a certificate. That's flexibility, which is need of the hour that has been done. That's one of this. Number two, there was another feature of the education system. The existing school and junior college infrastructure can be utilized for adult education and other education after the normal school timings. As an financial management student and a professor and an economist, I fully appreciate and agree with the asset that has created should be utilized for the purpose of generating a service or a good that adds on to the GDP and the economic growth. So after 5 o'clock, after 6 o'clock, schools are uh, students may not be there in the campus, and the buildings are free. Now the buildings are also utilized for the adult education and other kind of these things. You see, this is what most needed thought of thing that has come into this new education policy in 2020, which is appreciable. And it also has a focus on, not only the conceptual appreciation in the education as at present. Now it is the vocational and skill based education is given trust and importance to that. And of course, as a teacher, we are also expected to learn and appreciate. I welcome this move, and I'm prepared. Thanks to the present situations that made us to, becoming digital savvy in delivering academic assignments. Let it be classes, let it be webinars, or even a meetings. Now the world is becoming virtual. Even a resource person from America or in Australia and Asia, he can also join without time and money constraints. That is one of the feature incorporated in the present education policy, and more so the Siddhartha College of Engineering Department of Management Studies has taken rightly that the new education policy and digitization coupled to deliver it. Uh, some of the then the third point I want to focus is on, it is an inclusive and equitable and inclusive education. Education is, financial services were excluded for a long time. Banks were not the living poor people living below poverty were not having access to the bank account, because you need to have 1,000 rupees as a minimum balance to open an account, which was not possible for a guy. But thanks to prevention like the Jan Dhan zero bank balance account, and how the universal access for the financial services is given. Similarly, education education is more powerful than the even a financial service, right? So, though financial services are important, but education services are more important. Education sector reforms are more important and more vibrant. These equitable education, how education and economic development can couple. I'll give an example, very elementary, small example, which you can take it on. Two, uh, tribal village living in a forest village. Two of the villagers. Both of them educated, say, in their village up to fifth standard. One stops education after fifth standard. The other one comes to a taluka place or a district headquarter and educates up to 10th or intermediate. As a qualification of 10th intermediate, now he writes railway recruitment board or some public service commission and become an employee of it. Okay, so now as a result of it, the educated guy who passed 10th or 12th and uh, become a railway employee or become a state government employee or a central government employee, he pushed himself out of the poverty. And the guy who was just only studied up to fifth standard still is continuing to be in the forest and the village and is still remaining in the poverty. What was the difference? Was it not the education? The guy who remained was educated, stopped education. The guy who has come out of the village and educated up to 10th standard and passed, and he got an employment and become what is it called? Come out of the poverty. So that is what a very common example we quoted the importance of the education. So, so the new education policy 2020 also speaks about the inclusive education and equitable education, universal education, education to everybody. We have targets to next 10 years, next 15 years, to different this thing. All the document with full details are available in all medias. I hope all of you are thorough with this thing, and I whatever is there as an educator, what I wanted to say, I've conveyed, and I thank you very much for giving an opportunity to share my ideas, and I appreciate the all the managements, and I thank all the participants who are tuned. Thank you very much for giving opportunity. Thank you. Hello. Hello. Any questions from anybody? Most welcome. Hello, I have concluded my session, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Praveen, you take over the session. Sir, question and answer session will be at the end of the session, sir.
Okay, okay, no problem. Can I? Okay. Shall I log out?
Sir, don't log out, sir. Kindly wait for a few more minutes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Sir, I will put you in your backstage, sir.
Nice.
Okay, backstage and the other office. Praveen garu. Hello. Praveen garu, kindly unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Praveen garu, you can start.
Sir, now I request Professor Sivaram Prasad garu. I'll introduce Sivaram Prasad garu. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to all. On behalf of MBA Department, Prasad V. Paturi Siddhartha Institute of Technology, it is an honor to introduce Professor R. Sivaram Prasad. He is Dean, Faculty of Commerce and Management Studies. He is presently head of the department in the Department of International Business Studies, Department of Commerce and Management Studies, ANA. A visiting faculty in the Department of Hospital Administration, NTR Health University. He is the research director at the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, ANU. His other academic positions include member of BOS, Department of Commerce and Management Studies, Department of International Business Studies, Department of Hospital Administration, BCA Syllabus Framing Committee. He published 136 research papers in national and international journals, attended 79 national and international seminars, given 104 extension lectures, published and edited 6 books on e-commerce, DBMS, information system, computer applications, internet technologies, and ERP, and developed one study material. He was given the Best Teacher Award 2017 from Government of Andhra Pradesh. He was Research Officer, Andhra Pradesh Civil Services, for controlling the essential commodities. Conducted 10 training programs, 2 national conferences, and 12 workshops conducted. Associated with the spinning and textile mills and aqua industry. Visited USA, UK, Germany, Malaysia, Thailand, Singapore, Nepal, Sri Lanka, and South Africa. Sir, we are happy to have you here, sir. Now I hand over the session to Professor Sivaram garu. Thank you, sir.
Respected professor and head of the department of the School of Management, PVP Siddhartha Institute of Technology. Okay, is audible? Audible to everyone?
Yes,
Hello?
sir. You are audible, sir. Yes, sir. We can
Audible?
hear you.
Okay. Professor Radilashmi and Professor and my good friend, a distinguished academician, in none other than Professor Teki, and the faculty members of the School of Management of the PVP Siddhartha Institute of Technology, and the participants. Good afternoon to all of you. First, I want to congratulate the School of Management and the management of the PVP Siddhartha Institute of Technology for choosing a relevant topic and a contemporary topic that they have been conducting a webinar from the morning to till the time. Come to the topic, new education policy, digital transformation, in particularly in that era. New education policy 2020, after independence, the government of India has framed It is in a third policy. Unlike earlier, this policy is going to induce the nation. With the help of this new education policy, we may be possible to enrich, empower the human resources of the India from the ground level to the up to the post graduation and the research level. So many provisions, so many resources incorporated in this new education policy. My presentation is confined to the management education, digital transformation, how it is going to impact the management education because of the new education policy. You know very well, Twitter initially Alexander Graham Bell in 1876 around applied for the first patent for his electronic device telephone. After 50 years, the 3 million fixed telephone connections on his account. And that means, the telephone has taken 30 years, more than 50 years for that account. But today, 2005, Encyclopedia Britannica has about 10,000 articles. Today, in the same time, in the 2005, Wikipedia, 3 million of the articles already they have collected. The database has disseminated across the globe. Within 5 years, it is more than 7 millions of the articles they are able to get it. And Twitter message first time that March 16, 2006, first message was posted. 5 years later, Twitter has over to the 100 millions of the users. One of the important things that I would like to tell you, our information storage capacity has grown to 4 times faster than the world economy. Our telecommunication capacity has grown 5 times faster than the world economy. Our competition capacity has grown by 9 times faster than the world economy. Particularly in this juncture, I may quite again some of the advanced developments of the world. How many people are aware about the Blockbuster was the biggest US video rental store with thousands of the outlets in the 2003. At the same time, Netflix also started with 1 million subscribers. But in the 2010, Blockbuster went bankrupt. Netflix as the market leader in movie streaming and online rental has more than 20 million members. Simultaneously, Apple launched its music store in the 2003 and sold over 1 million songs in the first week. 10 years, it may reach to cross the 10 billion songs downloaded. Simultaneously, Amazon in the 2009, the people launched the e-reader Kindle. In the January 2011, Amazon sold a Kindle platform and sold as a hard covers. In the 2011, more people say that they get news everything from the web and through the kid there. Simultaneously, Skype, founded in the 2003, and now it has become a global voice or internet protocol leader. And several examples I may pause to quite change the slides according to my presentation. And that now I want to talk digital transformation, new education policy. One side actually policy came, visionary outlook came. Yeah, what is our action plan? How do we develop actually our management professional, our management students? How to convert, how to transform them as a professional to meet the demands of the digital transformation. And what do we mean by the digital transformation? Digital transformation is the integration of digital technology in it all areas of the business, basically changing how you operate and deliver values or services to the customers. In the generally a layman terms, digital transformation is using technology to create different ways of doing business, to drive growth in new and existing markets. So digital transformation, how that is going to affect the finance industry. Different type of the business functions are there. One of the function is financial function. Another important the function is marketing function, in which transportation, supply chain management, logistic management is there, human resource management is there, and different type of the allied functions are there. How all these functions has been digitizing, how digital transformation is taking place, I can all explain categorically. Digital transformation in financial industry, digital transformation in the financial industry. 68% of the finance services companies have developed digital transformation strategy. 14 of the financial service companies are actually in the process of implementing their strategy. 54% have developed a strategy but have not started implementation. This is actually ongoing scenario. Especially finance is concerned, already fintech solutions came into the picture. Fintech solutions. Fintech actually digital platforms already developed. Big data technologies, cloud technologies has been utilizing for just, for analyzing the financial data, financial analytics, business analytics with related to the finance already started. So many companies, especially financial services companies across the globe, top companies, conglomerates, for example, MNCs and transnational companies has been utilizing the fintech solutions. And in finance point of view, already recently myself observed, JP Morgan already started. In our stock market is concerned also, very different type of the what call digital platforms developed, and with the help of that, deep learning, and with these people go with actually data. Through that what call a deep learning, and what that deep analysis, financial analysis is taking place. So what is the earlier finance resources, how resources are idle, what way you can find out, this point of view, we have only one solution, what we call asset turnover ratios we are calculating. Today, with the help of the deep analysis, a different type of the financial analysis actually taking place. Not only deep learning and different type of the critical thinking with the help of the what called digitalization, especially in the area of the finance. And so many changes taking place. But no, our people, different type of platforms are there. Again, SAP platform is there. So many modules are there. Financial modules are there. FICO and HANA and all these modules. Apart from that, but organization build up the detailed platform to deal the financial affairs of the business organization. The same integrated with their sister organization. Same integrated with the different type of the what call stakeholders of their financial areas. And this is the changing already apparently appearing to all of us. Another important area, marketing industry, digital transformation in the marketing industry. As I said earlier, data is going to be a king in the digitization. Data, big data, business analytics, simultaneously marketing analytics, and interactive manner in changing in the marketing. Automation increasing, very proactive way in the marketing. Personalization is possible. I can tell you digital marketing with the help of the so many things. You know very well, Uber, Ola, digital enterprises develop Facebook and Netflix and what call Apple Pay, Google Pay, Airbnb, and what call so many Apple TV. Through that digital marketing already taking place, that the people has developed a marketing platform. Through that digital marketing has taken place. So this point of view, we may need to upgrade the present actual management professionals, enrich them, empower them towards the digital transformation. This is actually this mission, this action plan we need to do, we need to implement. But initially we want to upgrade our syllabi, pedagogy, teaching learning process. Through that only may possible to accomplishing the objectives of the new education policy 2020. Another important actually, today you look at marketing is concerned. So many changes has taken place. Actually, once upon a time, we're talking about e-commerce. E-commerce first stage, second stage, and phone based. After that, what called pager based, and what called different type of the things has taken place. Internet based commerce has developed. Mobile commerce came into the picture. Today, all the commerce areas, especially success story of the what called very particularly the Facebook, Netflix, success story of the so many organizations. For example, Oyo hotels, integrating anywhere to anywhere. You may book the hotel room with low cost, or very low cost. Long back, myself, just at the time of the Krishna Pushkaras, suddenly university has announced the holidays. But one of my friend came from the USA. At the time, we didn't have any other plans. He asked me, why don't you go for the South tour? And me and my two friends started by own vehicle, by the own driving. But once after crossing the Madras, Chennai, that we want to stop the driving at 10 o'clock around. In roadside, one hotel is available. We inquire. Rooms are available where these people was saying around 5,000 rupees for one room. But we paid and got it. Immediately, one intelligent driver of the other vehicle, he asked us, sir, how much they charged? We paid the, why, sir? Why? I think, you are paying. It happened 3 years back. Why, sir? Unnecessarily, we got, sir, once we, in advance, we can book it. And we mightly get it at the cost of the only 2,500, 50% rate. You believe or not, at Kodaikanal, we, on the way, we booked it. 8,000 room, we got it at the cost of 3,000 rupees only. So try to understand this type of the facility and the payment, legal integration, and analyzing. It has become very easy in the digital marketing era, where we want to prepare these human resources, our management professionals and business professionals, particularly in this area. And these people enable to meet the demands of the organizations. That type of the digital strength, digital knowledge, and is very essential for this generation, where we want to upgrade our curriculums. Not only this, several marketing areas are there. Automation now, how many people are now concentrating on this, especially with the help of the IoT technology, Internet of Things, industrial Internet of Things, customer relationship management, customer behavior, customer retention, everything digitized. Earlier, customer behavior point of view, customer relationship point of view, that we are collecting the data and creating database, and we meet the people through over the phone, over the other ways. But today, no need. Once, not actually, 5 years back, I went to the USA, where I went to visit the one Walmart showroom. Myself is surprised. I went with the international SBI card. Immediately, I received a message from the Walmart management. Dr. Siddhartha Prasad, welcome you to the store, our premises. Valuable goods and services are available, eagerly waiting for you. Myself is surprised how these people, Walmart people, know my name. Try to understand that tracking the customer with the help of the satellite technology, that with the help of the Internet of Things. Long back, 5 years back, the store has digitized in Denver. My experience at Denver. Surprised about it. And okay, I went in and I finished my shopping. Returning myself, was a look here and there. For sake of what? For billing counter. There is no billing counter. Myself is surprised. And I asked one, one employee was there with a dress, Walmart dress, and I inquired, one lady, billing, very sarcastically, billing, and that means, and you don't know about, there is no billing. Automatically, you may get it. And after that, once I just, crossed the one line, again I received a message with the bill. Siddhartha Prasad, are you accept this? This is your total bill. Total bill means with the particulars also there. Once you accept it, right? And automatically debited to my account. Debited my bank account. My bank is in the India. So this international card embedded with the American financial system and banking system. As a result, my marketing began here. We still today, we in India, But when you are standing at the bill station, sometimes, half an hour also, sometimes I know in Vijayawada, I was awaiting for the billing, the payment of the billing. These are the important what called developments has taken place, in particularly in the marketing area. Customers, how billing doubts may arise. How I think, how these are, my goods are counting at the while I'm doing shop. Immediately, I inquired. Reason as a teacher of the e-commerce, I inquired. But what call they developed detailed platforms, racks also digitize. Suppose once I purchase, for the sake of my daughter, 10 chocolate packets, credit to my account. Into my account. All what the goods I purchased already added to my account. This was completely tracking by the IIoT, Industrial Internet of Things. Right? My site wise, while I purchasing, suppose some of the product that I want to purchase a phone, mobile phone. Once I look at, if the piece is good, the handsome piece is very pretty, very nice, my feelings may be different. If it is not good, I may fold my eyebrows and what call thrown it. This type of the customer behavior is also was the tracking by what call detailed platforms, digital systems. Imagine these are the so many examples I have, but time point of view, these are the things actually taken place. But we upgrade this type of the action plans we may be developed, particularly in the marketing area. Especially another important area, manufacturing area, manufacturing industry. My dear friends, very carefully listen this. One side industry 4.0 norms has actually come into the picture. The Kolas Schwab professor of the Germany, first time these terms as used in the World Economic Forum in the 2009, where immediately for the boost of the German economy, fourth industrial revolution concepts as developed by the Germany policymakers. As a result, the country, especially under the leadership of the one team, Carlos Schwab also their professor, developed industry 4.0 norms according to with the concept of the fourth industrial revolution. So they have developed actually, they want to completely revamping, transforming the manufacturing industry. At the manufacturing industry point of view, AI, artificial intelligence based technology is trying to incorporate in the organizations, manufacturing functions. And what call the 4.0 industrial norms, Internet of Things, machine learning, robotic technology is initiated. Robots are using for assembling the vehicles. B2B, business to the business commerce has taken place. This is actually is going on in the transportation, what called manufacturing industry. I saw particularly, but in the BMW car and a Kia car in the when I visited the South Korea, fortunately, I visited the South Korea in one international conference. But we visited the Kia car factory, where car almost all 95% of the car assembling through the robotics. Artificial intelligence based robotics has developed. the assembling cost come down to the maximum low level. Assembling cost earlier 100%, suppose example. Now, because of the utilization of the robotics, particularly according to the industry 4.0 norms, but cost come down to the just 30%, sometimes 20%, based on the what called number of the vehicles is, depends on manufacturing. And these are the important the information which are related to the manufacturing. Other important thing actually taking place in the manufacturing. The bill of inventory has developed. Actually, earlier we have the modules in the SAP. In SAP point of view, manufacturing modules are there. Same modules are utilizing. With the help of that, manufacturing detailed platforms as developing. And this way, world is moving in the manufacturing area. Another important thing it added to the manufacturing, then marketing is concerned, wonderful area is what called transportation and supply chain logistic managements. It in fact a lot. Earlier, very well traditional and off online e-transportations and logistic managements. Today, logistic management is different. Speed of the timing as a competitive advantage in increasing real-time economy. The human and connected drivers of the postal business. Hyper connectedness in transport and logistic. As a result, what happened? I explain with the help of the one example. You know very well, Amazon company. Amazon company in the year of the 1919, almost all in the edge of the bankruptcy. After that, gear up the company, gear up their technology, and different way they emerge and emerged as a transnational company, a conglomerate, global conglomerate company, and now with the help of that company, that Bezos is became world billionaire. He crossed the Bill Gates and all the people, and he's became number one. Reason, the only logistic management, supply chain, digital transportation, supply chain, and logistic management. So through that, the company became a conglomerate company. So now Amazon is not a manufacturing company. Even though they're able to manufacturing these so many items. One example I can give you, Boeing. Boeing is a flights manufacturing company. Boeing is in a top and a very big flights manufacturing company in the world. At a time for 500 passengers may be possible to carry international flights. The Boeing company, world number one company, for actually suppose they want to manufacture 2 flights, the company require more than 50 days, and that means around 2 months it will take only for assembling 2 flights, 2 aeroplanes. But now Amazon is not manufacturing company, it is a service company, online service company. The company, with the help of their supplies and what called logistic management platform, digital platform, the company is enabled to manufacture and assemble for day 2 Boeing flights on behalf of the Boeing company. These are the success stories of the digital platform based companies. These are the result of the digital transformation. So this type of the action plan that also is very essential for the Indian economy and especially educators. But taken into account, digital platforms is concerned, we want to build the syllabi and the teaching learning process also we need to improve further accomplishing the task of the new education policy 2022. And so many gaps are there. and simultaneously last function, HR function, HR industry. HR industry digital transformation. Initially, computerization. Initially, there is people initiated in the only HR. Reason infrastructure expenditure is very less. But today, success stories of the Unilever, Portuguese company, Unilever, parent company of Hindustan Lever, Cisco success stories. They have developed so many products, especially how Unilever radically changed its hiring process, what way the company experimenting, how they connect with the social media, how these people, online games there, and artificial intelligence based digitization and recruitment they are conducting. These are the highly developed areas Unilever is doing. Not absolutely 95%, according to one report, I read it very recently. Cisco company, they have developed hackathons. They have developed hackathons. As a result, a different scenario has taken place. And Alex is a best example that was developed by the Cisco. And finally, what we want to do, how to fill this skill gap. That is very important. Skill gap is concerned, but we want to develop the present the management and the business education professionals for build the digital platforms, digital superpowers, unicorn. Startups are the continuously discovering new and more successful way to the win business. They are creating every more powerful business model that change and disrupt the established players in every market, sector, geography in ways not seen in the industrial revolution. But in this point of view, digital leadership is very, very essential, particularly in the management education is concerned. And once we have developed it, once we have given this digital leadership, higher education institutions, once provided digital leadership, through that these people become enrich, empower, and automatically help build your country digital economy. And finally, and we encourage our business and management professionals towards digital innovation, digital entrepreneurship. Already, so many people are developing so many type of the digital platforms. In a further way, we want to train up. Through that, we may tap or utilizing the natural resources of this country. Through that, our economy may be build it a very different way. And finally, digital transformation going to change the world, change the economies, change the business organizations, change everything. So through that, we may be developing an action plan. Through that, we may be possible to succeed. With this, I conclude my presentation. And thank you, Professor Adilakshmi Garu, and the faculty of that School of Management of PV Siddhartha Institute of Technology, and the top hierarchy management and participants. Thank you, one and all. Any queries? Any questions?
Good afternoon, sir.
Any queries?
Thank you so much for your valuable session, sir. Now, with your permission, I would like to mention the question asked by a member in the morning session. She was Raghavan Pushpalata. Her question was, National Education Policy 2020 is quality education. There is no doubt, but will it reaches the quantity?
And it is a very, may I answer to the question?
Yes, sir. Actually, this question was asked in the morning session.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who may clear the doubt? Me or the professors, other senior professors?
Sir, anybody, sir. We are pleased to listen from anyone.
Professor Venugopal Garu.
Ravishankar.
Ravi Shankar is chief guest.
Okay.
No, you may clarify the doubts, sir.
Then,
So would you-
yeah, please.
Sir, do you want me to repeat the question, sir?
Yeah,
Yeah,
please.
repeat.
Yeah, sir. The question was asked by Raghavan Pushpalata, sir. Her question was, National Education Policy 2020 is quality education. There is no doubt. But will it reach us to the quantity?
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely, because see,
definitely.
when you are talking about the 50 GR to be raised to 50%, naturally you are doubling the whole thing.
Yeah.
So presently we are having a GER ratio of 26 or 27. So if you have to achieve the 50% GER at the higher education and 100% at GER at the primary level, secondary school education, definitely things are going to be multifold quantity increase. It is not a small increase. It will be very major increase. If you see the proposals also, multidisciplinary universities, every district will have one university. All these are quantitative only. Quality is there, of course. Quantity also they want, huge quantity they want.
Yes, sir.
Venugaru, if
Next
you want,
question.
you can add.
Next question.
Yes, sir. Thank you for so much, sir. And there is another question, sir, which was asked by Gadgesh MK. And his question was, you're telling the practical problems. So is it possible to implement national education policy?
It is.
This
It
question.
is.
Yes, sir.
It is possible to implement despite all challenges and difficulties, impediments, obstacles in the path of this. Still,
Yes,
when
sir.
the spirit is strong, we'll be able to definitely implement that. We have implemented earlier educational policies also. Because of the earlier educational policy implementation, we have IITs, ICROs, open universities, central universities, IITs, NITs, IIMs, so many things came up, right? So
Yes, sir.
definitely, even if there are so many challenges, obstacles, we may be able to implement in letter and spirit. There is no doubt about that.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, last and final question, sir. This question was asked in the afternoon session. His name is Partha, sir. His question was, does artificial intelligence will influence the jobs in future, sir?
Generally, the people has developed their own phobias. But once upon a time, the guys and girls know very well at the time of the computerization, the long back when George Fernandez became a industry minister, a trade union leader became an industrial minister. In 1978, he sent out the IBM company from the India and he sent out the Coca-Cola and so many companies. As a result, Silicon Valley has developed in America. Otherwise, Silicon Valley might be here. That IBM came over here for the sake of creating a computer, a city in India to utilizing the resources. Simultaneously, artificial intelligence now, this is the 5th generation computer technology. It is going to change and all the applications going to change the world. In Yeluru, very recently I saw, in Yeluru, Rabot, a small, the what called B town, Yeluru is a B town, B category town, that people established what called robotic service oriented hotel. Introduce the robots. And that means, we're not retrenching the employees. AI, artificial applications definitely will provide new jobs, particularly in this field, like computerization. You know very well, computerization, once upon a time, according to trade union leaders' allegations point of view, Professor Ravi Shankar and Venugopal sir also know very well, people very differently suspecting it. But you know very well how many jobs the computerization is creating, how many millions of the job has created across the globe, especially India benefited a lot through the computerization. But information revolution also changed. Information revolution providing huge jobs. Or very well, BPO, KPO, and ITS, how many jobs, and millions of the jobs is created. Similarly, AI based also in future, very well, for example, E-Enterprise, Zomato, how many people, how many employees? Now, what called domestic services oriented jobs are increasing maximum. Zomato is a e-enterprise. It is a completely digital enterprise. Similarly, Facebook, how many? But now digital marketing is concerned, how many? One best example I can tell you, one actually 60 years old ladies, two sisters in Guntur. Their name is the Peravali sisters. Tremendous stories are there, successful stories. They are the just 8th class passed or 9th class passed people. After settle down their families, all their children settle down across the globe. But their people has become a part of the digital enterprise, AI-based digital enterprise. Of course, they don't build the organizations, but with the help of the technology, whatever the services, the cooking, what call wonderful, delicious dishes they are preparing and showing, helping this generation. Through that, per day, the ladies, their sisters, their earning per day, per month is people are saying, I don't know exactly, they're earning more than 5 lakhs rupees. Just imagine. Artificial intelligence definitely provide completely changing the organizations and creating more jobs.
Thank you so much for addressing the questions.
Just a minute. One person, Murthy Pilla, he has been raising the issue of second language in UG according to many. One thing is very clear, the 3-language formula will be continuing, so that is there at the school level. And at the higher education level, when we are talking about multidisciplinary, that obviously includes languages also. So there is no question of reducing the importance of languages or something like that. So nothing to worry as such on that count.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for addressing the question, sir. We are very privileged. Now it's time for vote of thanks, sir.
A very good evening to the learned and eminent speakers, professors from various universities, HOD ma'am Dr. P. Adilakshmi, our principal Dr. K. Sivaji Babu garu, our convener Sri B. Sriramulu garu, colleagues from the teaching fraternity, and dear participants from all walks of life. I, Dr. N. Ramanuja, am honored to present a formal vote of thanks at the end of this informative session on the new education policy on behalf of the Department of Business Administration of Prasad V. Potluri Siddhartha Institute of Technology and the management of the Siddhartha Academy. Thanks to Professor K. Ravishankar Garu for his insights into the new education policy by highlighting on all the important objectives and focusing on the increasing and all-encompassing role of the teachers for its implementation. Our thanks are also due to Professor K. Venugopal Garu, who has touched upon the increasing role of digitalization and the strategic impact of the implementation of early coding to the youngsters, and more importantly to the educational system, especially the specialized educational institutions. Professor Esteki has given us a comprehensive macroeconomic viewpoint of how the new education policy could have an impact on changing the rural society through its inclusive orientation, thereby impacting the economic development. Thank you, sir. Thanks are also due to Professor R. Sivaram Prasad Garu for focusing on the transformative role played by the new education policy in preparing the future generations to an environment that is increasingly evolving towards digital excellence, for giving a before-after scenario with examples and with a management orientation. I now take this opportunity to thank my colleagues, both the teaching faculty and non-teaching staff, and the digital enablers behind the scenes, and last but not the least, the participants for ensuring the successful completion of the program. And also thanks for an informative, interactive session, sir. Thanks for answering all the questions. I hand over to my HOD, ma'am.
ఓకేనండి.
Thank you, sir,
గుడ్
for-
ఈవినింగ్, గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ సార్.
Sir, my madam.
Good evening.
Very happy to see all of
Yeah,
you.
ఏంటో
Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
Uh,
Thank you very
my
much,
good
sir.
friend Sivaram Prasad, Ravi Shankar, Adi Lakshmi madam, very happy to see all of you in one frame.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you.
ఆదిలక్ష్మి గారు మధ్యలో నా టైం అయిపోయినట్టు గుర్తు చేస్తున్నట్టున్నారు ఫోన్ చేసి.
అవును.
ఆ?
No, sir.
ఈయనేదో వదిలిపెట్టేటట్లేడు.
లేదు, లేదు.